Good evening and welcome back to Prime of Midlife. It is Thursday evening and this evening we are talking about gleaning. Now, I have not heard of that for many years. I remember hearing of it when I was a kid, that it was what farm workers used to do once the harvest was in. They would go and glean the crops, and basically it was mainly for things like oats or barley or stuff like that, and it was whatever stocks had been broken and they hadn't been, put into the stacks, then the local workers would take them. And I just read a report there in the local newspaper that up in Dundee, I think it's a charity called Transitions Dundee. If you're in that area, well worth having a look at them. And they have started organising gleaning. Now, I was like, okay, I think it's a great idea, not seeing how much worth it's going to be because, how many potatoes are going to be left in a field, or, how many strawberries on a bush or something. However, what I hadn't realised is that there is a huge amount of waste, because what happens is farmers who have contracts with supermarkets, the like cauliflowers, cabbages, stuff like that, anything like that, carrots, they've all got to be a certain size, a certain shape, a certain weight. And if they're not, then a lot of the time they can just get left in the fields. And also sometimes because of the contracts that farmers have with the supermarkets, the farmers will overplant just to make sure that they get enough of the right size, shape, etc. Now, this place in Dundee that does the gleaning, they have managed to bring out and donate to local food charities like food banks, charity cafes, etc. Your little social supermarket type things. They have managed to donate hundreds of pounds of food. The most that they've picked in one day was over a ton, and that was either cabbages and pumpkins or cauliflowers and pumpkins. But they got a ton of food for free, which is absolutely ridiculous, but also absolutely fabulous for the charities that they're helping, because, one of the most difficult things to get for food banks, etc., is fresh food. So I'm absolutely stoked that this charity have managed to do that. And also the fact that they get strawberries, raspberries, blueberries, they get the berries that are left over, etc. So if you are volunteering or part of a charitable organisation in your area, and your area is a farming area, it might be worth speaking to the farmers about gleaning. Because, as I say, I thought, yeah, you could probably ask one of the local farmers, when you finish the potato harvest, is it all right if I go and pick up the potatoes afterwards? And I was like, it's going to be little marbles, that's all that's going to be left. I did not realise that there were so many options that farmers wouldn't be able to immediately use, and that sometimes just got left in the fields. So yeah, there you go. I was absolutely shocked at how much this charity has managed to firstly pick or acquire and glean from the farms, and secondly be able to donate to other charities. So yeah, definitely something to be looking at if you are a charitable organisation or social organisation within a farming community, because it's seemingly making a huge difference up in the Dundee area. So yeah, there you go. I just thought I'd tell you that because I think that's a really fabulous story. So yeah, apart from that, everything is fine. I'm waiting on it cooling down a wee bit so that I can take the dog out because it's still in the 20s here, and so I don't want to be throwing the ball for her until it cools down a wee bit more. And yeah, apart from that, we're all good. I'm about to go and drink some water, not tea. Thank you for all the suggestions, by the way, for my sleep. That was just dreadful last night. I don't know what happened. Um, so yeah, I'm now deciding that I'll have my cup of tea with my dinner that like I normally do. So that's normally about 6 o'clock at the latest. And after that, I'm going to stick to water. So we'll see how we get on with that. Um, but yeah, fingers crossed for a slower brain this evening. Catch you later.